Hello, everyone. Superior Stacker here today, guys. Hopefully, everybody's doing great and doing good. Today, we're going to be talking about how to get cheap silver when silver prices are high. So, before we get to it, guys, can you please hit that subscribe button? It would definitely help me out, and I would really appreciate it. Well, guys, let's get to it. So, when silver prices are high, you guys will have to come up with some ideas on how to get, silver on the cheaper. You know, one thing I actually experienced in 2011 when it hit its all-time high, well, actually, like in 1980, but in 2011 it hit close to $50 an ounce. Silver came close to $50 an ounce, which was pretty high. So, one thing I actually did because I didn't want to continue paying high prices, and after a while, you're like, well, I think I could do better, and let me see what else is out there. You want to buy silver on the cheapest. So what I did is at my local coin store, sometimes they have these books. Well, they're like more like binders, and they have little holders, and they would have like some from Panama, uh, almost every country out there, Chile. What other countries did they have? Even China, Japan, whatever a good amount of coins that they got, they would put in there. And of course, they had this bucket of world coins, but I remember that the ones in the book already were priced. So when they never got the opportunity to go back and actually change the prices, and they would have like, the little flips like this that you guys are probably very aware of, and you've seen in one place or another. But what I did is I went in there and I did my math, like, and the amazing thing is your cell phones nowadays, guys, you could just research every coin, and I'm not just saying like, but facts. You don't get, you have to be careful in the information you get, but you get the facts, like what's the size, what's the weight, what's the purity, the years, and it's out there. The information is out there. All you have to do is go out there and research it on the wide web. So what I did is I did some research very quickly, and I remember that the Panama coins were the exact same amount of silver as the American constitutional silvers. For example, if you got a 1/10 of a Balboa, um, is the same amount of silver as a silver American dime. So, like right here, we have the Merc. This is a nice rainbow toning on this one. This Mercury right here. And the same amount of silver is in this Balboa right here, 1/10 of a Balboa. And they actually, in these coins right here, kind of hard to tell, but you could actually look on here. It says 90 purity, and it says the grams. And so what I did is I bought all of these guys. When I did this, silver was close to $50 an ounce. So you were paying, of course, silver dimes are being my favorite, but when I could get something for the same amount of silver in a coin, you can't go wrong, guys. I paid $1 for this. These are the same and the same holders, because I thought that was very amazing, and I felt like like a winner walking outside of the coin store when I paid $1 for the same amount of silver as I would have this Mercury, for example, for $1. And when silver was almost $50 an ounce, of course, everything else was expensive. Even the constitutional silver, or junk silver, as some of you may know. So if I got the same amount of silver as this, but for a fraction, that's why I got a lot of these. So there's other ways of getting cheap silver out there. It is out there. And if your coin store might not have sleeves like this that are already priced, for example, they do have these bins where you could go and ask. Sometimes they send it directly to the melter, because sometimes they believe there might not be a market, depending on the local coin store. Some will have it, some will not. Some will not want to sell it because they have to do a little bit of math. But some will be like, okay, well, it's this amount of silver, this purity, and then we'll go like $1 over spot, or 75 cents over spot. Because for them, they rather make that sale. They put in a little bit of work, but they rather make that sale than having to send it to the smelter. And it's a procedure, paperwork, and yada yada yada. You know, they'd rather make the sale right there with the customer. So that's what I did, guys. I bought a lot of these 1/10 of Balboa from Panama for $1. And oh, that's a Switzerland, but here's another Balboa. And as you can see, $1. Different years, of course. And I thought these coins were very interesting. The same amount of silver as the American that we're used to. Like, this is the equivalent to a silver dime. Right here we have the 1/4 of a Balboa. Focus. There we go. And this one's actually in very nice condition. As you can see, lay, which I guess means rule, but it says the 0.900 and then 6.25 grams. And this would be the equivalent right here. It says pretty much 1/4 of a Balboa, which pretty much means a quarter of a Balboa. So this is the equivalent, same amount of silver as you would get in an American silver quarter. You know, pre-1965 silver quarter or the new modern ones. Same amount of silver, same purity. And so I started finding that you get silver for cheaper. And during that time in 2011 when it was high, and right here, for example, this would be a half Balboa, which this is the equivalent, same amount of silver as a 50-cent piece, like either a Benji or a John F. Kennedy 50-cent piece from 1964, you know. 90%, 12.5 grams. And as you can see, they put it on there. Very beautiful coin, a lot of history. So the gentleman right here is a Spaniard, of course, conquistador. His name was Vasco Nunez de Balboa, and he was a Spanish explorer. He was the first he founded the first European settlement in Panama in 1510. You know, just a little bit fact about the gentleman on here on the coin. I always like to find a little bit of the history. I always find that to be interesting. So that was one way that and I just didn't stop with that. I also went, like, for example, here's this Venezuela 25 centimos from 1960. I bought that for $1. I think these are 80%. That is 83. And it has how much of a troy of an ounce that it is. And again, guys, I bought these when they were, focus. I bought these when they were, you know, silver was close to $50 an ounce, spot price. So I paid $1 for that. Right now, this 25 centimos from Venezuela is melt price is $1.03, and right now silver, as I'm making this video, is $29.71. So can you imagine how awesome I felt when I bought that, when silver was close to $50 an ounce? I felt like a big winner. And even right now, even though silver still has that potential of almost doubling in price, this is still something that I got for spot price pretty much, if I were to get it right now at this price. And as you can see, you know, I have a lot of these 1/10 of Balboa, which is pretty much like if they were dimes. Pretty little coins for sure. And, you know, I got it in that foreign bucket from the world. So what I recommend, guys, is definitely talk to your coin dealer, see what he has, see if they sell something like that. So when silver, the ounces get too expensive, or if you just want to get, even right now, silver still has a high potential of reaching new goals. Honestly, if you factor in inflation with the new highs of gold right now, silver should be $80 to $120 an ounce. But we don't know what's going on in there, and the suppression, and what agenda they might have on there. There's a lot of paper to ratio to the actual physical out there. So, you know, there's a lot of manipulation. But all I'm trying to say is there is good deals out there to be found. They might not be as recognizable as, you know, like constitutional silver, but this is the same amount of silver to the weight as a dime. And if you could get it for right now, a silver dime, you're probably looking at like $2.14. And plus, I don't know what the premium they'll add on to that. So definitely go out there, guys. Search, do a little bit of research. It makes it kind of fun. You're kind of like hunting for those awesome sales. But, if you're in a hurry, then nothing wrong with that. It's just buying the regular stuff on what you want or what you have your mindset on. But this does make it fun. And like, for example, this half franc from Switzerland, I bought for 150 during that time. This is also 83% purity. And this right now, guys, just the melt price on this coin is $2.06. So that's not bad. Again, I bought this one when silver was close to $50 an ounce. And then here I have another, I think this is a half Balboa. Just an amazing condition. See if I can get the camera. There we go. I didn't want to take it out of the holder. Very nice condition. Well, guys, please let me know what you guys think on this. If you've had any experiences. I know some of you guys out there, which I love hearing your guys' stories, have told me that you guys have gotten very lucky on finding cheap silver or very reasonably priced silver at auctions. I haven't been lucky myself, or maybe I just don't have the patience or don't have the right routes to take. But again, you do a little bit of research and you go out there and you make things happen. So share your experiences. I would love to hear it. Or if you're in a different part other than the United States, I would love to hear your experiences with your currency out there. If you've been lucky to get some like this or from other countries. Well, guys, that is it for the video. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Please subscribe, hit that like button, and take care, and I will see you on the next one.